Did you guys end up getting married?
No.
No. Well, it's not her fault if you didn't get married. I mean, when you say no, all right. So, did you break up?
No, we're still together.
Okay, are you gonna get married?
These are the plaintiffs, Antonio Lopez and Yahaira Rodriguez. Antonio says they hired the defendant to plan their upcoming wedding, and they found out the hard way that planning events is not her strong point. Quite frankly, she did nothing. She stole their money, and they can't believe they find themselves in the predicament they're in today with this woman. They're suing for $5,000, the fee they paid. This is the defendant, Maria Martinez. She says this whole situation's been nothing but a nightmare for her. Yahaira kept canceling their appointments to meet and discuss details, and a big fight between Antonio and Yahaira ensued. She got caught in the middle, and well, here they are. She's accused of waffling on a wedding plan.
All parties, please use your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Antonio Lopez and Yahaira Rodriguez, you are suing Maria Martinez and Marital Planner Events?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Maria Angelica Catering Services. Okay, It's a mouthful. For $5,000 for wedding planning fees that you feel she has not earned and should return. Talk to me and tell me what's going on.
In January, through a neutral friend, we were planning on getting married, me and my fiance.
When were you going to get married?
It was, first date was supposed to be July 18th.
July 18th. All right, and so how did you find the defendant to use her services?
Through a mutual friend.
Okay.
So she actually came over the next day. We set up everything for the plans. She asked for a deposit down. I gave her on.
Well, what did you hire her to do?
Everything.
Meaning what? Can you delineate what everything is?
She was supposed to plan the wedding. I didn't have to
It's
worry.
not just for her planning services. It's also
Catering.
for the hall, for the food, for the church rental, for the decorations, for
Yes,
everything.
Everything.
Okay.
It was a whole package.
All right.
The whole package.
Photography? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Is there? There's a contract.
Yes.
Do you have? Who has the original contract?
I have the original here.
No, he got the original.
Okay. What goes wrong? Why are you here?
Come July, or now the wedding's coming closer. When was it, July? Come July, I think it was
Come July.
Not July, June. I'm nervous here. After I give her all this money.
The wedding gets postponed. The July wedding gets postponed.
Yes.
Why?
Because she didn't show us no evidence. We were asking her for evidence.
Evidence of what?
We want to see invitations. We want to see.
Well, you got to see the invitations because you got to send them out.
We haven't seen them yet.
So when do you get nervous and say, hey, where are the invitations?
May, June.
May or June?
Right around May.
All right, and
June,
who's doing the talking? Is it you or is it your, did you guys end up getting married?
No.
No. Well, it's not her fault if you didn't get married. I mean, when you say no, all right. So, did you break up?
No, we're still together.
Okay, are you gonna get married?
Yes.
All right. So, sometime in May or June, you say to her, where are the invitations? And she says what?
She actually brings a box to us that has candy in it, and she tells us there's going to be, the invitation is going to be inside the box. I don't want to carry around 80 boxes in my truck handing out these invitations. So after that, we ask her if we can see the felt that's going to go on the table. If we can see.
Wait, whose decision was it to send a box with the invitation instead of an envelope with the invitation?
Maria.
Okay. Well, do you have a voice? Let's talk to you for a while. You're the bride. So let me just ask you a question. Who was picking out the invitation? Because that's typically what the bride does.
I don't know what to do. It's my first time getting married.
Well, I got married only once, and I remember picking out an invitation. I mean, you have a wedding planner. At some point, you're wondering, hey, I got to mail invitations, right? So how is this not happening? You have a very different story of how that happened, right?
Yes.
According to you, they canceled the wedding.
Yes, according to me.
Postponed.
Yes.
Postponed the wedding.
Yeah, the wedding, it was changed twice, and the last one, it was the cancellation. So the first time when they switched, the wedding, it was the first time supposed to July 18, but Miss Yahaira Rodriguez here present, and she have a little family situation. Her son, he was in jail, and of course, they need to pay some money to help the guy to coming out from the jail. Of course, Mr. Antonio Lopez here present helped Miss Yahaira. So what happened is one day she called me, and she asked me for change the day for August 29.
Okay.
And I said,
normally you charge $100 for date change.
Yes, but for that
but
people
you did
do
not
not.
charge it.
No,
so
never.
now the wedding is going to be August 29.
August 29.
Okay. According to them, they're still not seeing invitations.
Okay. They see the invitations because I made a sample. It's a nice box with chocolate, very fancy and nice chocolate inside, because I know Miss Yahaira Rodriguez, she's a candy lover. She loves chocolate.
And then what, that box gets mailed?
No, not yet, because this is what a sample.
No,
So,
I know, but what's the idea that when the invitations are put together,
when
someone
they
has
go-
to hand deliver all the invitations?
No, then.
Yeah,
they
no,
need
that-
to go to the different houses for the guests. Here's my invitation. Like, we Ricans used to do that. So
Like we what?
We Puerto Ricans used to do that. So
Oh.
I got invitation. I go
Did
to
you
your
say
house.
we Ricans? Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Actually comfortable.
So she saw the bags, and Mr. Lopez here present, they say, oh, they like the idea, but he said, I don't want the invitations on top of the bags. I want it inside.
Okay.
I said, okay. So after...
So according to you, they approved the invitation?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but then did you go to print?
Not yet, because I was testing, calling, not pick up the phone. Miss Yahaira, she was not okay. And I sent text, like, listen, this is your wedding. I need you in my side. So
Need you on your side to what? What wasn't she
to
doing?
help me to create this wedding.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I don't speak in those kind of platitudes. I want specifically, you were trying to get her to sit down and pick what?
Okay, to continue. Go to the wedding dress store, because she needs to try again the dress, because he asking for 14-foot long tail. And
Wait, he was asking for a tail?
in a wedding dress, 14 feet. 14 feet.
Wait, why do you say he was asking? Wasn't she
It's-
Because
asking?
he chose everything in that wedding.
It's something.
Why wasn't she involved?
Who?
Yahaira.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yahaira.
Let me tell you something. She's involved, but for me, it was exciting. See a groom,
Excited.
he has shoes, everything. He
Right.
was romantic. He was like,
So he wasn't controlling. He was
yes, he was
enthusiastic.
involved in everything.
Right.
Everything. He said, I don't like this. I like this. I don't want that. I want that.
Yeah, I thought when I was signing up for my registry, I kept yelling at my husband, "Why aren't you involved? I need you involved. I can't do this alone." And then he got involved. I said, "Ugh, why did I involve this man?"
No,
No, I don't want that. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll put that on the registry.
but he didn't write. He chose right.
Okay, so listen to me. I want to understand something. What happens to move the wedding? The wedding gets moved again from August whatever to when?
Do you want the reason?
I want everybody to stop talking and let me drive this train. Who tells you we're moving the wedding date again?
Okay, that day, Ms. Yahaira Rodriguez told me that she was not for sure to marry Mr. Antonio Lopez, to marry him, because he's abused in alcohol and cocaine. She was crying. She was crying. And I tell her, listen, you can marry him. She said, I need to feel like a completely woman, because I take him to a doctor out of Rochester. The doctor prescribed some medication because he have ejaculation precoce.
Oh, for the good love of God. Why are you telling me all this?
This is the
To
reason that
embarrass them?
yes.
Yes, that's your role here, to embarrass them?
No, never. Never, because Antonio is a good human being.
Well, wow, you have a funny way of letting them know that.
Yeah.
But
Can you just tell me when it is that what reason was there for moving the date from August to October?
I don't know. She just, when he come from
Who
work,
moved it, and what did they say to you? That's all I'm asking.
he moved it.
Okay.
He moved.
Who moved the wedding date from August to October?
We did.
Okay, why did you move the wedding date?
Because she didn't show us no information. Come May, she was asking
Do
for
you have any texts or emails between her where you are hustling her and saying, we need evidence, we need information, we need to know what's going on, we can't reach you? Because she's
Yes.
describing that the lady who doesn't say much here wasn't sure she wanted to marry you. She's describing a totally different scenario. Do you have any emails or texts back and forth?
Yes, I can show you that right now.
Okay.
But in August 9th, which was on a Sunday, we had a meeting with Maria. Maria had said she had actually did activity that was actually done at this location, and the people actually were crazy with it. Come to know that the activity was actually done by her best friend.
Okay.
So she tried to play and say that she did it when it was done by one of her best friends, which was Lisandra.
Okay. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yes.
He's accusing you of taking credit for an event, which
Let me tell you something.
is kind of a weird thing to do. because-
What
That's
he's
right.
saying, some part is true, some part not. Okay.
Ugh, let me get that
Yes,
back up.
it was an event that I was administrate the place. I was not coordinate the place.
What does that mean?
Okay, that means I got my key because it's the place that I'm working on it. I open the door. Another people come, another decorator come and do the.
Okay, but why would you take credit for that? All you did, you were just a key person. If you
No,
say-
I never said that I did it. No.
So what is
no.
it
I
you
got the
said to
text.
her?
We got a
No.
text there too saying
I
she
got
did
the
it.
text in
We
there.
got a text there
No,
too.
I'm
I got it in
sorry.
there.
So probably if you got the test right there, I don't know, out of nowhere, but I never said
said-
that I did
It's
it.
your
Here's what
I
I
was
want you to do.
coordinated,
Hold
I
on,
told
stop,
you.
don't talk to each other. She's starting to get agitated and says, how do you want me to feel when you're chasing me for $825 when I've already paid you $5,000? And you answer, listen, I did an event yesterday and the client didn't see anything until yesterday and she almost died. Ask Kwang how it came out. You're clearly taking credit for it. You're not saying I opened
She
with a
did.
I
key.
never said I did it. I do the decoration. It was other person who
Why
do the
would you
decoration.
tell her that? Because she's talking to
I
you.
just already tell her
Okay,
when
I'm
I meet
sorry.
them next day.
Someone is saying, I'm getting worried. Where's my money going? Because I do see those texts. Where's my money going? I wonder, you're asking me for more money, but can you just show me what you've done? Because I still don't know how you're going to decorate the place. And your answer to her is, listen, the bride yesterday did not see a single thing until that night. And you should see how happy she is. And you think that that is honest? That that's not a misrepresentation that you were responsible for that wedding? And
I'm
you
not-
tell her to
if I-
ask your
if I-
friend? And do you ever ask her friend?
Yes, he didn't say that she did it. He said it was really beautiful, but he never said that she did it.
Did you ask him? Did she do it?
Yeah, but when he
Did
got
you
there,
later ask him when you found out she didn't do it? Did you ask him, why did you say that she didn't do it?
he
came
told me
from-
when he got there, it was done already.
Oh, so he didn't know.
So he didn't know if she did it or not, but she knows she didn't. She didn't.
Well, she's telling me she didn't do
Yeah.
it.
So that's the reason why I canceled my wedding with
Well,
her.
I don't know. You know, the thing is, that's pretty bad. I would not trust my wedding planner anymore after they say that. That's pretty bad. But the question is, do you get to get back every penny over that?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. We are in Los Angeles, by the way, in front of the TMZ Celebrity Tour Bus. Decided to talk to people from all over the country. So the question, you have a really crappy wedding planner, right? Okay, would you postpone the wedding to make it good, or would you still get married? What do you say?
I'd postpone the wedding.
Really?
I'm not superstitious, so I think it'd work out.
You would still do it, huh? What do you say?
Your first mistake was getting married.
Okay. And what do you say? You're shaking.
What was the question?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Going inside the courtroom.
How does the 5,000 break down? So that I understand, thank you. How does that 5,000 break down? 2,500 of it is the food. Mm-hmm. And then how much is the church?
Okay, the church is 350.
300.
300 or 350?
300 on the
Can I see the
contract.
contract with the church?
Yes.
300? Okay.
Yes, he said 300 is the
Okay, and then how much is the reception? Same thing?
Reception, it was included on.
With the 300? Renting the hall of the reception is not separate?
Yes.
Okay. How much is the photographer?
$2,000, I think.
What is this?
Decorations.
Okay. Is that something you sub? Do you hire somebody to do the decorations?
Yes, ma'am.
How do I know that's this wedding? You heard me. This piece of paper doesn't have their wedding on it. It doesn't have their wedding date on it.
That's right.
I don't know if this is from their wedding. You need to be able to show
It
them.
was a mistake that he's not.
I mean, there's not even a wedding date. How do I know you didn't just take one of their blanks and fill out whatever you wanted? I don't know, because yours is the only writing on it.
Yes, it was.
Okay, do you have anything else? Just tell me, do you have anything else? Nope. Okay. The decorations cost what?
At the bottom of the paper that I give it to you.
$2,800.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else? So that's the
Yes,
decoration.
it's
Did we miss anything? The DJ was going to be $400,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Anything else?
The cake?
The cake was going to be what?
It was $400.
Another $400.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
My
then,
my fee like Mariah private event, it was $2,000.
your fee was $2,000. That's interesting because you were paying how much for a wedding?
$6,625. I gave her a total of $5,825. I owe her $825.
Okay. If I add what you said the food costs, what you said the church costs, what you said the photographer costs, what you said the decorations costs, what you said the cake costs, and what you said the DJ costs, it's $8,400.
Yes,
Where would
ma'am.
your fee be?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you can't be telling me the truth about this stuff.
Telling you the truth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you understand that this
Okay.
can't be. This is simple math. There's no,
Okay.
And I'm very disturbed over what I perceive to be a clear taking credit of the night before.
Okay.
And I think that that's inappropriate. I'm going to order you to return the entire $5,000 to the plaintiffs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, this is the defendant. Come on out into the hallway right here. Just stand right here. Take it easy. Nothing you said in there added up.
Yeah. Law is the law sometimes like that. So.
What exactly are you talking about?
I say that I told the truth. I got the right in my hand. I make a couple mistakes. Mr. Antonio, Mr. Hiram win, so I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Well, you're happy for them, but why didn't your evidence or your math add up or anything you said add up?
But let me tell you something. It was a mistake that we need to learn that sometimes when you be ready for a trial, bring you all papers and don't forget nothing at the office.
Well, you should bring your evidence. That's
Yes,
true.
it is.
That's true.
Yes, it is.
So-
But I'm happy for them. They win and they're going to get married. And this is the important thing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That was your choice as your wedding planner.
Yes.
Why?
Mutual friend.
And go on.
Make her happy. Ask her.
And did it work?
No.
Judge.
Okay, Harvey.
I got to tell you, when you hire a wedding planner, and I'm telling you, you're crazy if you don't do this. You need a punch list in the contract, and it says you do this by this date, you do this by that date, you do this by that date. The more specific you can be, the better. And you attach penalties, financial penalties, if they don't meet the deadlines. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Kayla Golden. She says she sold her horse Awesome to the somewhat hyper defendant who had him for 3 weeks and then demanded she take him back because he was broken. Huh? The defendant had the horse in her care. She has no idea how Awesome was treated and is suing the defendant for the remaining balance of the $700 she's owed. This is the defendant, Rebecca Kanonjic. She says the horse the plaintiff sold her was lame, and the plaintiff abandoned him on our farm. She's been paying for his care. The plaintiff needs to come pick him up, and if anybody's owed money, it's her. She's accused of horsing around. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,465.69 for vet bills, boarding, and the return of her deposit.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff sold her horse Awesome to the defendant and returned it without paying in full. But the defendant says the horse was lame. It's the case of this horse ain't awesome.
Thank you, Douglas. Kayla Golden, you are suing Rebecca Kanonjic for $700, a balance that you say she owes you on the purchase of a horse. You have a counterclaim against her for $3,465.69 for the return of your deposit and boarding fees
and
vet bills. Because according to you, she sold you a lame horse. Tell me what's going on.
I had posted Awesome for sale through Facebook.
That's the name of the horse,
Yes,
Awesome?
Awesome.
Okay.
Through Facebook, and Becky was very interested in him right off the bat. We had many phone conversations. She did not want to come see him before I dropped him off. There was complications on her end, so we packed him up and brought him to her farm. A couple of days before we dropped him off, we did pull his shoes off, so it made him a little sore in his feet.
Why did you do that?
There was a potential buyer who came with her trailer and all, and she, at the same time, my farrier, was there doing his shoes, and she wanted them off, so we took them off. So when I did drop the horse off at Becky's farm, I did take $150 off the purchase price so that she could get the shoes put back on by her farrier.
And did you?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But
So she was buying the horse sight unseen?
She was buying the horse, yes.
And that was it? That was the date of the sale of the horse?
Right, and that's the same day that the contract that I have here was signed.
Let me
and
see
she,
the contract that
and
you
she
have.
She did not have the preliminary vet check done, so no veterinarian had seen the horse at the time of the purchase.
Okay, I see something written on the bottom that says, in the event Awesome is not sound 1 week after being shod?
Shod.
That means getting his feet done.
Getting his feet done. A full refund will be returned.
I also have...
Hold on. When the horse was brought over to your
Facilities.
What kind of facility is that?
I have a boarding, a lesson program, and training facility.
Okay. So when the horse was brought over, what'd you think?
I thought he was a really nice boy. He walked off the trailer. He was very well behaved. You know, I thought he had a lot of potential, but my biggest concern was he wasn't sound, and I let Caitlin...
What does that mean?
He was lame, which means he was very uncomfortable, and you could see that he sustained an injury.
Where?
In his foot, which I have veterinary documents of everything that we have done, and I also have a receipt from farrier.
The farrier's the one who puts the horseshoes on the horse?
Yes, he's the one who puts shoes on.
And what day did the farrier come out? I need to see the receipt.
Okay, I gotta find the exact.
What day did you bring the trailer of the horse over there?
The date, I think, was the 16th. It's on the top of the contract.
Okay, and you made it sound like it was, that's it, done deal, we just sold the horse. Right. But there's a huge if, which is that she has a trial run with the horse.
Yeah.
Well, I also have Facebook messages between me and her telling me that he was progressively getting better. So when I had gotten the phone call saying, hey, come pick up this horse, I was already under the impression
we'll
that we had made progress.
Now. But there was the big if, right? There was this trial run.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so now it's the 16th, which is a Sunday, that you dropped the horse off, which means that you would have until when to notify her that things aren't working out? Until the 24th?
Yes, but I also have Facebook messages and text messages saying she wanted to give me more time.
Okay, show me that.
Okay.
Did you say that?
At one point, I said, if, I can work with you, we can figure it out. And that was our phone conversations. I had said, if there's something I can do, we can work things out. I'll help you the best I can.
What did that mean?
Like, I was trying to give her
more
advice.
Time, yes or no?
I did not give her definite more time. No.
What is a definite more time? An amorphous
no,
more
I
time.
did not
Did you ever use the words more time?
No.
Okay, now I need to see what you got.
Yes. This is from day one.
Yep, there we go. These I can see in context.
One of my biggest things was I couldn't get a hold of her a lot of the time, too, because she would not return any of my phone calls, or when I started having problems with Awesome.
On 828, you say I have vetting vetting Monday. Is the vet coming Monday? If they can't see him getting sound, then you need to come and get him, and I need a refund. I love him, but I need a sound horse. She doesn't answer. 2 days later, please call me when you get a second. She doesn't answer. A day later, hey, please contact us ASAP. She doesn't answer. And then finally later that day, after several more texts, and she's not answering, you say, we need to figure out a time for you to pick up Awesome and give me a refund of the $1,000. Your response is, you paid $850, that's what you get back. And then she says, plus $150 for shoes, because you're supposed to return the thing shod. Why are you giving her the impression she's getting her money back and you're working on picking
Well, we
up?
had phone conversations in between these text messages.
And what were they about?
I had spoken to her veterinarian on the phone the day that he was there, and I had asked him, if there was an injury off the bat, I would have known. And I had said to my vet,
Except for that you did deliver a horse that was injured.
But he wasn't, there was no
according
injury.
According to you told her, I don't want your horse. Look at your horse. Right on that spot.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, you'll see, he'll get better. It's just that I
you just put shoes on, and that's where, and it's been a runaround.
Okay, and it's obvious from the text that there were problems from the beginning. What do you mean I would have noticed it? You did notice it.
We had no issue with an injury, and I have a letter.
What did you think? You knew there was something because the horse was limping, right?
He wasn't limping. He was.
And then someone wrote on the bottom, in the event he's not sounded 1 week after being shot full rear. So there was clearly an issue that day. What do you mean if you had known?
The problem is that with the time frame available, I have pictures of him being ridden and used in lessons in that time. So was this an injury?
How'd that go with the lessons with other kids?
Oh yeah, that was great because she also said that he was beginner-proof, safe. I'm lucky I have insurance and I'm a professional, and I signed a waiver. He bucked off a little kid because he wasn't sound and he was hurting.
Did the little kid get hurt?
Almost, and lucky that my husband was there and caught the little kid.
I knew nothing about that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I also have witness improvement with my working student that's been riding for a while that's helping me work with this horse. It takes multiple people to handle him. I've had the vet out several times trying to get him comfortable. This poor horse you just abandoned.
Don't talk to her directly.
I'm sorry. She abandoned him. I don't know if he's mine. I'm treating him because you can't just leave a horse unattended, not feed it. You have to take care of it. She's not getting back to me whether she's going to pick it up. I don't want this horse suffering on my property. I have an establishment. I work with the general public and people.
So, what's more expensive? Going to you, a boat or a horse?
A horse.
Why?
Because there's so much stuff that goes with a horse, like stable and all that other stuff.
What about dock and rust?
I mean...
I don't know. I thought that was a good point. What do you think?
I hope a horse is more expensive.
Why? What do you hope?
Because I want a boat, and I don't want it to be...
Going inside the courtroom.
Have you been by to see the horse, or?
No. She's about 3 hours from me.
So your contention is more than a week passed. I never extended any time.
Right.
I never said take all the time you need, or I can give you more time and we'll work it out.
Had I had known before that time frame was over, I without a doubt would have went and picked him up. It would have been a different scenario. But being at the time, it took so much longer, and it kind of caught me off surprise that I was under the impression he was making all this progress, and then all of a sudden, this big injury comes about.
It's not a big injury.
It's not a big injury. It's the same thing that you've been talking about. Look, I'm reading your text. I mean, who am I going to believe? You or my lion eyes? I love him, but he's still off. I even give him Butte. Please call me. Just tried to give you a call. What's up? He's still a little off. I love him, but he's off. Great. So still making progress. He looks so cute in the pictures. Yes. How's it going? He's still off. This is like every day. And getting better or still off? Send me some video on 818. Sorry I lost you. Let me know, even if we have to extend the time.
But I never knew.
Oh, wait a minute. Even if we have to extend the time, that's okay. I am willing to work with you by all means. Answer, okay, great, we will keep in touch. What makes you think you didn't extend the time?
But we didn't set on an extension of the time, so she sent me messages.
Well, then that's your problem. What you need to have done, if you wanted a deadline that you are now sua sponte imposing on everyone, is you needed to have said, I will give you until September 5th. You needed to have put your own deadline. When you're saying you'll work with her, and she's working, and we're not talking about 6 months. I grant you that. If 6 months had passed and she had turned around and said, yeah, I changed my mind. You never set a time. That'd be different. But what I have is a couple of days. You're splitting atoms here. She literally took a few more days than she had to from a person who said, don't worry about it, take all the time you need. And you think that I'm not going to let her return the horse? So you don't go pick up the horse, and the horse has now been there how long?
Months now.
What do you want to do?
I will keep him because I don't think she'll properly care for him. I just want the past vet bills cared for, and I will place him in a rescue because he's not getting better, and I have documentation of all of that. And I don't think it's fair for him. And I also have Facebook messages too.
How much did you spend on the vet?
A total, it's written down up there.
These are the only two bills you've shown me. These invoices, one is $469 and one is $200. If you have another bill for
I don't right now on me.
Well, then now's
That's
the time.
fine. No,
Now's
I
the time.
understand.
All right, so you have a $200 bill and a $469 bill for Austin.
Yes.
That is $669 in vet bills. You have paid $1,000, okay?
Yes.
For this animal, because you are right. If you have to put the horseshoes on the animal and she gave you an allotment for that, then if you're returning the animal, and that's the idea that we're voiding the contract, and I am permitting that, then you're entitled to your $1,000 back. You have a choice to make now, okay? Because I'm ordering you to pay her the $1,669, make her whole, and you can take the horse back. If you feel that you are not in a position to take care of that horse, she is willing to take care of the horse and send the horse to a rescue. What would you like to do?
I mean, I have by all means the ability to take care of the horse.
Do you want the horse back?
Do I want to bring?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want time to think about it, or?
Yeah, I'll take time to think about it.
Okay. All right, here's where we are, folks. That is your horse. Pick up your horse. If you choose not to pick up your horse after 7 days, it is no longer your horse. It is then her horse. On your claim against her, $0. On your claim against her, $1,669. That is what we're doing. That should be sufficient time for everybody to figure out what they want to do. Good luck, folks.
Well, the defendant collects some countersuit money. Here's the plaintiff. You do not get the balance back, and now you have a decision to make. What's your reaction to this entire verdict?
It was just messier than I think we both wanted it to be. And when it comes to animals, things get kind of complicated. And
well, the judge has cleared it up. It's very simple now. You either take the horse back or you don't, and you have 7 days to think about it. I heard you say in the courtroom, I'll take the horse back, and then you said, wait, I'll take time.
It's just, it matters as to where the extent of his injuries are, you know what I'm saying? So we're more than willing to take care of him.
You still love the horse too, right?
Right.
Okay. Around the corner there and sign these documents on the way out of here. All right, so come on in here. You love the horse too. You got some money back on this countersuit, and so what are you thinking now?
I just want to make sure that he's in a safe place and that he's going to be taken care of for.
Do you want her to take it back?
Not necessarily, because I mean, she kind of left it on my property, and
one way or another, this horse is going to be taken care of. Whether
yes.
she takes it back,
or I care for it myself, or I find a rescue that will take him in. You know, I make sure.
If she takes it back, you're confident she could take care of it too, right?
Not entirely, but I mean, I hope so. I just don't want her to. I don't want to see this happen to somebody else.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, the plaintiff abandoned the horse, never picked it up. That is the end of story. That will do it for this case. The litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Anthony Ngolia. He says he hired the defendant to fix a chair, and when he got it back, it looked like an 8th grader did the work. The man's work is shoddy, to say the least. He demanded a refund and is tired of hearing the check is in the mail. He's suing for $500, the amount he's due. This is the defendant, Douglas Rogers. He says the impatient plaintiff is suing him here today, and it makes no sense why. He's been in the furniture business for 35 years, did a great job for the plaintiff, and isn't returning a penny to the guy because he did everything correctly. He's accused of not getting it right.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant mangled the chair he was hired to fix, but the defendant says he's been doing it for 35 years and did a great job for the plaintiff. It's the case of give him the chair.
Thank you, Douglas. Anthony Ngoglia, you are suing Douglas Rogers for $500, a deposit that you placed on the repair of 9 chairs, and you want it back Because according to you, he doesn't know what he's doing. What happened?
My wife and I decided to have 9 chairs worked on. We wanted to have them taken apart and re-glued.
How is it you have 9?
No, well, it was 4 from the kitchen and 5 from the dining room.
Okay, gotcha.
And we wanted to have them, the ones in the dining room, reupholstered, also on the seat part.
Okay.
So I looked on Angie's list and I found Rogers Furniture, and I invited Mr. Rogers to come over and give us an estimate. And he said that he would do it for $1,000. And after some conversation, he said I would need $500 deposit in order to buy the materials that I'm going to use. So I gave him $500 check. And on the way out, one of the chairs had a broken leg. On the way out, he stopped and he picked up the chair with the broken leg, and he said, I'll take this and start working on it, and I got a few other jobs, so I might not see you for 3 or 4 weeks. And I said, okay, so he went out with the chair.
And the check.
And the check. And the check was deposited like the next day. And we waited about 4 weeks. We figured give him a little bit of time to do his other jobs, and then we started calling. And he said, all right, I'm going to bring the chair over in a few days. A few days later, he brought the chair, and it looked like a child had put it together. I have photos here if you want.
How so?
Before I sat on it, this is after he left. Before I sat on it,
After he left? Why didn't you do that in front of him?
I didn't think of it.
How do you not think of making sure it's sturdy? Okay.
Because I had already told him I wasn't going to use them. You know, when I saw the chair.
Oh, okay,
I'm sorry,
looking at it.
That's right, by looking at it, yeah.
Okay.
So after he left, I pulled on it to see if it was sittable, that you could sit on it, and the leg came right off.
Is this how it was broken before also?
Yeah, that's the exact spot. And
Okay.
it just came right off.
And so what kind of glue did you use to glue that together?
Elmer's wood glue.
Elmer's glue?
Elmer's wood glue.
Elmer's wood glue?
With a clamp. It's the best glue you can use.
With a clamp? It didn't work out so well, though, because he...
Pulled right apart.
I'm not sure what he's showing you.
I think he broke another chair to show me that picture.
Actually,
but when you saw it, you didn't like how it looked.
Right, I said it looks like a 5th grader did it, and I said, I'm sorry, but I'd like a refund.
And what did he say?
And he said, okay. I said, what about the check? And he said, I'm going to have my secretary send it to you.
Okay. Did that conversation take place?
Not the way he stated it.
How did it take place?
As a matter of fact, he paid me for this chair.
What did he pay you?
$100.
No.
He paid you an additional $100?
Correct.
So you owe him $500, but he's going to hand you another $100?
Well, because if he's going to cancel the order, he has to at least pay for the chair I fixed.
That's not the question. You're saying he paid you for the chair right there. Are you sure he reached into his pocket and pulled out another $100 for you?
There's no doubt in my mind.
So the guy didn't even sit in the chair. Does he get his money back?
Yes, he gets his money back. How can you fix a chair when it breaks when you're not even sitting in it?
Doesn't make any sense, does it? Where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, I love, oh my God! Hitsville, USA. That's my favorite place. I love Hitsville, USA. Where are you from?
Seattle.
Seattle?
Brooklyn.
Well, you don't have to look at me like you did something bad. Jeez, going inside the courtroom.
Did you pull out another $100?
Of course not.
Of course not. Because he wants you to give him back $5. Why is he going to give you $1?
Well, why wouldn't he pay me for the $1?
Well, for one thing, he was able to, he thought the job was visually unacceptable. And then after you left, before sitting, how much do you weigh?
140.
Before putting, really? Before putting, so before putting his 140 pounds on the chair, he decides to test it and breaks it right off. So he's not happy. And if anything, why haven't you then returned the $500? If you say I got paid the $100 for my chair, why have you kept the $500?
Well, the chairs that I was upholstering for him, I ordered the fabric with his deposit. He wants to cancel the order. What do I do with the fabric?
Let me see proof that you ordered the fabric.
I don't have. I know.
Yeah, how do you think that's going to go?
I know.
Exactly where it should go. Back into his pocket. $500, verdict for the plaintiff.
All right, guys, hold on right now.
Well, here's the defendant. How'd that go for you?
Not so well.
Well, why not? Why didn't you bring some proof or something?
Yeah, but I still should not have had to return the money even whether I ordered the fabric or not.
Well, are you standing behind this work you did?
Am I standing?
Was this your best work?
No, but that was not my work that you saw in the
wasn't
picture
it?
either. No.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Right this way. Okay. Head down there. All right. Step on out here. All 140 pounds of you. Here he is, the winner and still champion. What's your feeling on this outcome here?
I gave him a $500 check, which he didn't return, and he says that I gave him $100. So as far as I'm concerned, he can keep the $100 that I didn't give him.
You sure you're only 140?
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, a little advice. If you're in a position like the plaintiff, take video from your cell phone as soon as you get it back. The second you see something's wrong, take the video.